Hey guys, Trevor here. Welcome to another episode of the Who Are We podcast. I got a special guest with me, Asad. How are you going, Asad? Thanks for joining us.
Thank you, Trevor. Thank you for bringing me here, and thank you.
No, Paul, just before we get started, just a simple little disclosure that we're recording this session. We're going to post it onto YouTube and put some promotional details out there so people can find it. Just trying to get people, encouraging people to talk about who they are and what they stand for, and trying to get some thought process around identity. So again, thanks for being here today. So we'll get straight into it. Who is Asad and what does he stand for?
Actually, it's a very difficult question. So who is Asad is actually, I have a lot of identity. Yeah, as a service holder, I'm a teacher. I love to teach, especially children. I'm a primary teacher. Right now, I'm working as a primary teacher. It can be my identity. I am a human being. It can be also my identity. I am Asad. I'm from Bangladesh. I'm a Bengali. It also can be my identity. Apart from this, I think the most important identity of mine is I am a human being, and I always prefer that I'm a human being, and that's the main identity of me, and that's all. And I'm a human being, and I don't judge people by his or her religion, her race, or her any other things that contains discrimination. So I think I'm a good soul. I'm a good human being. That is my main identity, and that is Asad stand for.
That's that's amazing. So thanks for sharing that. So you say you're a drama primary school teacher.
Yeah. I'm a primary school teacher.
Wow, that's credit to you, and thank you for working with the next generation and teaching them the skills that they need to succeed in drama. That's amazing. But you reflected on, just paraphrasing, being a lot of things in our lives, and I suppose we all are. Obviously, you're from Bangladesh, and you can identify as being Bangladesh, and you can identify as being your primary teacher as well. But you choose, foremost, being a human being, a non-judgmental human being that takes people for who they are, and that sounds like that's quite commendable. Have you had much influence in developing yourself as a human being? You talk about being a nice-natured human being. Where does that come from? Your family instilled some values, non-judgmental values in it, or is it something you've worked on in the past? Or?
Yeah, I am very much influenced by one of my school teachers who taught me. One day he asked me. First of all, I want to share something that I am from a missionary school, which is conducted by Holy Cross Mission in Bangladesh. And they conducted the several schools in Bangladesh like Holy Cross, Notre Dame, and St. Alfred School. So one of my headmisters who taught us English, one day she asked me, "Do you know what is the difficult subject of human life?" We answered that physics, chemistry, biology, mathematics, and so on. She replied, she smiled quietly and said, "No, this is not difficult subject at all. The most difficult subject in life is human. The characteristics of human. Your life will smooth, your life will go so smoothly. That depends on how to negotiate with people, and how you understand people, and how you behave with people gently. All depend on how you negotiate with people." And that speech so influenced it to me. And from that day, I'm always think that the most difficult subject in life is human being, human mind, human nature. If I understood humans properly, then my life is so smoother, so cool. Or otherwise, my life is full of. Suppose you have a lot of money, you have building, you have apartment, you have car, you have everything, but you have no capacity to understand people. Your life will destroying. In one word, your life will destroying. Cause you can't happy without the understanding of people, without the compassionate, without compassionate to people. First, self-containment depend on how you understood people and how you negotiated people and how you compassionate to the people who is lag behind from the society. And
Yeah.
that is the influence. And right now I work as a primary teacher, and I spread the same knowledge toward the students that in Bangladesh there are several caste people like Hindu, Muslim, Christians, Buddhists, and so on. And also there are some ethnic minority, and most of the people here in Muslim. So there are they are so conservative, and that's why uh, conflict between Hindu and Muslims ideology is a frequent event here. So I always encourage my students that you which religion you belong, that's none of your identity. Your identity is you are a human being. So treat people as you have same blood, they have same blood. So you are Muslim, that's none of your identity. You are Hindu, that's none of your identity. You are human being, that is your identity. So that is my vision and mission, and that's why I choose teaching profession as my career.
Yeah, and that's interesting that you should say that, because we've had some guests previously talk about how complex the brain is, and they talk about how it has more connections inside the human brain than there are stars in the galaxy. Which is quite amazing, really. And I think you mentioned the complexity of being human and the social interactions and all these things that are constantly changing, and we've got to learn how to communicate and you talk about negotiate and interact with each other, and it is quite complicated. And acknowledging that, I suppose, is one of your sounds like one of your strengths, because that's a superpower in itself. So and being non-judgmental to religion and not identifying yourself as a certain group, I suppose, in that aspects is quite commendable as well, because I suppose you're right, we are all human beings, and we do all live on the same planet, and we do bleed the same blood. So the complexities in being able to get along, I suppose we can see. Everyone can see there's wars in isn't there, in Israel and the Gaza Strip and Ukraine and Russia and all these things that can occur if we don't try to get along and communicate and work
pathetic,
this out. Yeah, and it is quite sad, I suppose. So I suppose just acknowledging that complexity in that human nature, I suppose, is a superpower that it sounds like that you're working on all the time, and it's nothing that you don't master. It's something that you're continually working on, is it? It's something that because obviously there's so many diverse groups of humans, you're never gonna understand communication strategies for everyone. It's just something you keep trying to add to, is it? Do you think?
Sorry, I can.
It's, when you're talking about communication skills, it's something that you're always continually trying to improve, because a lot of people, such a diversity of people, and different strategies and different communication techniques could apply to different people all the time. Is it something that you're constantly working on?
Yeah, I'm continuously working on it, and my current posting is a pastoral area, which is river based, and most of the people are fishermen.
Yeah.
Fishermen. Bangladesh is a developing country, and here most of the people are living in below poverty line, and so that's why they are not conscious about their children's education. So right now I'm working on a remote areas school, which is surrounded by a lot of river. The children they are not actually aware of this diversity and this consciousness. I spread knowledge about their diversity and about the compassion. I always insist on how to compassionate to others, how to compassionate with people. I always
Yeah.
insist that, and the response is so well. And now I found that my school in my school the children are so what can I say? They are they are so cooperative to me, and
Yeah.
they don't rough with others, and that's
Yeah.
my achievement, I think. Thank you.
Yeah. And compassion, then that message that you're giving people, that's very important, isn't it? Compassion, empathy, and just having that awareness and spreading that awareness about diversity that you're doing. And it sounds like you're doing amazing work there. So thanks for letting us know and a bit about you and your life and what you do. Have you got any final messages for people before we go?
My final message is compassionate to others. Don't rough with people, especially the current scenario of Palestine-Israel is so cruel. You know, the people of Gaza Street, they are suffering so much, and this is, my heart is bleeding. My heart is bleeding in one word. The violence, the atrocity, cruelty that happens towards the Gaza people is so pathetic, and I can't bear it anymore. So please, I always insist people that they're compassionate to others, and your ultimate satisfaction is compassionate to others. If you want to satisfy in your life, then compassionate to others. You don't need money, you don't need apartment, you don't need car, you don't need anything. Just compassionate to others and find someone's smiling face that brings a lot of happiness to you, and that is the ultimate aim of life.
Happiness, yeah. Very touching message. And thanks for joining us today. And hopefully we can catch up later on and have a chat again in the future.
Of course.
See you. Bye.